Hey everybody, and welcome to Crypto in a Week. Let's get started by taking a quick look at the Bitcoin chart to see what the leading crypto did this week price-wise. We ended last week pretty high, and then it dropped down during the middle of this week, due probably to a couple pieces of bad news, which we'll dive into in a bit. But we saw a decent recovery on July 14th, and we've been going up a bit since then. So no matter what happens next week, it's nice to start the weekend with a Bitcoin that's solidly above 20K and an Ethereum that is solidly above 1K. Some of the most important macroeconomic news this week once again comes from the US. A couple days ago, the official number for US inflation was announced and gave everybody a bit of a shock. Previously, the predicted inflation rate was 8.8%, but in the official announcement, it was 9.1%. The stock and crypto markets fell quite sharply right after this announcement, but both of them mostly recovered their losses within the same day. This higher than expected inflation rate now has people adjusting their predictions for the next interest rate hike. The next FOMC meeting is coming up pretty soon, and previously the common prediction for the rate hike was 75, but after the official announcement of the inflation numbers, a 100 BPS rate hike is now more commonly expected. In regulation news, last Friday, Fed Vice Chair Lael Brainerd said that more regulation is needed for cryptocurrency, or it could pose a large threat to the financial system. However, in the US, crypto is mostly regulated by the SEC and CFTC. So the main thing the Fed can do is focus on their proposed CBDCs, which we saw some news on this week. The U.S. Treasury Office of Financial Research released a report supporting that a CBDC would decrease financial risk and be positive for commercial bank stability. And the Treasury has called for public comment on its digital asset policy. As seems to have become tradition, we'll once again speak briefly about Elon Musk, who this week announced that he was backing out of the Twitter deal. However, he was faced with a lot of opposition of this, including some claims that he is now no longer allowed to back out, and in fact on the hook for the $44 billion deal. Once again, the reason we're looking at this for a crypto news report is simply because of Musk's position as a general crypto supporter who seems likely to bring crypto payments to Twitter were he to own it. So just as it was before, this is still a developing story, but now with Musk seeming to want to back out of the deal. In other bad news, the Three Arrows Capital founders seem to be on the run, and so it's unclear what's going to happen to all of the assets under their control. And after the seemingly good news of last week that Celsius paid off their loans, they have, in fact, ended up filing for bankruptcy. Their bankruptcy filings show that they owe users approximately $4.7 billion. The problem here is that their balance sheet also shows a $1.2 billion gap. It's possible they'll have to sell their SEL token, but this story is still developing. And we'll end with three more slightly positive news stories. The first one being that Gamestop released their beta NFT marketplace, and although it was criticized for its low sales the first day, it made up for them the second day and seems to be doing pretty well so far. Also, STEPN, a popular move-to-earn game, announced that they have made over $122 million from platform fees during Q2 2022. This is important news during the bear market, as it shows that something is still making money, and making money not just from some sort of pyramid scheme that these projects often get accused of, as these were from platform fees, which are part of its ecosystem and not merely from people inviting friends and them inviting their friends. And finally, Playboy decided to bring their mansion to the metaverse by opening it in Sandbox. I'm not sure how well the experience will imitate the real-life experience of going, but at least it shows continued interest in these metaverse crypto projects during the bear market. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for this week. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.